Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. It's Tuesday, October the 24th. We've got your HCC news and information for the next half hour. It's Tasty Tuesday. We got some special guests joining us. But first, my co-host, normally here on Wednesdays, but she's doing some pinch hitting today, joining us as special guest co-host, Dr. Amy Tan, Dean of HCC's English and Communications. Good to see you, Amy.
Good morning, Todd. It's good to see you.
And you don't get a chance to be here on Tasty Tuesday, but today is a special treat.
Yes, I'm very excited about Tasty Tuesday.
We've got some guests and the Bedichek-Orman auction, which is coming up, I believe, a week from this Friday. We'll talk more about that shortly. But first, we want to remind everyone or thank everyone for watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We're here Mondays through Fridays, with the exception of tomorrow. We'll get to that later on in the show. But we're live at 10 a.m. on the district's Facebook and YouTube. Amy, they can catch us in social media anytime and also on our cable channel as well.
That's right. We are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC. We're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, with just a couple exceptions.
Right. Not tomorrow. We'll tell you why later in the show. But, next week, we mentioned it, is the Bedichek-Orman auction. I know you in the past, you participated in this, and I imagine it means a lot to your staff as well.
It does. It's such an important event, and it supports our adjunct faculty. For a while, it was the only faculty development funding that we had, and it's just such a wonderful social event too. It's a community event, and I look forward to it every year.
Well, we've got a special guest who's going to be talking about that. Marcelo Gonzalez is HCC Digital Communications faculty, and he's the co-chair of the 2023 Bedichek-Orman auction. Marcelo, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Good to see you, and we're looking forward to hearing about this year's event. I know a lot of things going on behind the scenes. We'll talk about that and more in about 10 minutes. So stick around. Okay, it's Tasty Tuesday, and at HCC, we have an incredible culinary school, a great facility building that trains the next generation of chefs. But we're talking now with a gentleman who runs a barbecue school. That's right. Richie Robin is the president of Gator Pit of Texas. Good to see you, Richie. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank y'all. Good to see all y'all.
We're looking forward to hearing about your barbecue school coming up this weekend. But first, tell us about the business.
All right. So I started the company about 30 years ago, and we started off as a welding fabrication company, custom building cooking equipment. And that has led to different avenues and different paths. And here we are doing cooking schools as well. So I've been doing the cooking classes now for about 15, 20 years. We do several a year. We do groups and we do private classes. And we also go to companies and cook on site for them.
Now, tell us about these classes. One's coming up this weekend. Tell us about what people can learn when they go there.
Okay, so our class starts prompt at 8 a.m. and we actually cook a variety of foods, not just one type of meat. So an example would be we do brisket, we do ribs, we do chicken, we do pulled pork, we do desserts, and we do sides. Everything is prepped in front of the students and everything is cooked on site in front of the students. And we allow the students or encourage the students to participate in the class with us. So you get to cook all those foods and watch all those foods in one class. Nobody does that.
Now, one thing, I've, years ago, I had barbecue pits and I never could find the right one. I would imagine, and I'm in the market for a new barbecue pit because we're building a house. So one of the first things I got to get is a good barbecue pit, but I want one that does it all.
I've got it.
Is that something that your company takes care of?
Yes, we do. We've got cookers they're pellet cookers, they're offset smokers, they're charcoal grills, they're gas grills, all in one pit.
And you were mentioning, I saw a TV show this past weekend. I don't know if you've seen it, with Chris Shepard, and he samples restaurants around the city, talks about them, and he also had this unique barbecue pit, and it was like vertical. And it had different levels of where he was moving the food at certain times so you could cook it all at once. Have you seen something like that as well?
Yes. In fact, we have something very similar to that on our website at gatorpit.net.
Okay, so that's a real thing. I don't know if this was something that he just invented himself, but it sounds like a deal. Do your students? Do you find these are backyard barbecuers or guys who may be looking to sharpen their skills so they could open a restaurant? Would it be a good step for, say, one of our students to go out there and take these type of classes?
All the above. We have barbecue backyard enthusiasts that are just getting into barbecue. They're wanting to learn how to cut their teeth on real, what we call real Texas style cooking. That's offset smokers. We have culinary chefs that are working in restaurants, and the owners and the chefs themselves would come and attend our classes. And we've got catering companies. It's a wide variety of people that attend our classes.
Do they feel after, and this is a 1 day class that they go to?
1 day class.
Okay. And would you be able to develop or get enough skills if you're a caterer to then be able to tackle barbecuing for your customers after this class?
So the class is 8 hours. It's going to give them a good foundation to take back with them in order to better improve what they're already were doing or are doing now. So an example, some culinary chefs aren't trained in how to cook this style of food. So the owners will pay for them to come to our class. They take an 8 hour class. They get a 60-page book as a reference guide to take back to their restaurant or back home, put it in the kitchen with your other cookbooks, and you've got now a reference point to go back. What did Rich talk about on trimming his brisket? And open the book, and there it is.
You mentioned trimming a brisket. Okay. How important is it to do a lot of prep for your barbecue? Because I guess when I used to barbecue, it was just a matter of, throw some Cajun seasoning on it, throw it on the grill. But it sounds like there's a lot more to it going on before you want to get it on that grill.
There's a lot more to it, because one thing you don't want, and here's a perfect example. People cook brisket, or they do pulled pork, being pork butts, and they leave the fat on there, or a lot of fat on there. And then at the end of the meal, when you're ready to chop it or slice it, that fat's in that meat. And the last thing you want somebody to do is taking a pulled pork sandwich or a barbecue sandwich and getting a big wad of fat in there in that bite. And they'll never forget that. Take all that stuff out of that before you prep it and put it on the pit.
And that's what they can, I guess, learn in your class. And it sounds like they get a reference guide to take with them once they get out of the classroom. Your instructors throw a little extra into these classes. Tell us about that.
All right. So we've done steak, ribeyes. We've done meatloaf, smoked meatloaf. We have done salsa, smoked salsa. And again, everything's cooked on a smoker. These aren't any foods that are coming off of a grill or charcoal grill or oven. They are cooked on an offset stick wood-fired cooker. And that's something that a lot of people don't know. It's you can cook all these variety of foods on an offset smoker.
One of the most important things, I know, like when I go to a Mexican or Tex-Mex restaurant, I can always tell how good it's going to be by the salsa and the chips. When they bring it to you at the table, it kind of is a little preemptive thing. Well, food here is going to be good. And it's also, at least in my book, fairly important to go to a barbecue place that I not only enjoy the barbecue, but the sides as well. The sides are super important, at least to me, as the barbecue itself. You guys cover that as well in your classes?
Cover the sides as well. We do homemade baked beans. We make our own beans. We show how to do it. We put it in a full pan. We put it on the smoker, and it sits on the smoker for about 2 to 3 hours, heating up and getting that smoky flavor and smell into the beans. And then, of course, students get to eat all that good stuff that rolls off these pits as they come off.
What do you recommend for someone wanting to get into barbecue style cooking? I know you guys have some rubs that you mentioned as well. How important is that? And what are your recommendations, especially for like people who are our students and maybe looking to just sharpen their skills outside of HCC's classrooms?
So one of the main things I like to tell my students in the class is don't cheap out on your food. All right. You're eating it. You want good flavor. So buy name brand products. Buy Angus Prime beef brisket. Don't buy the choice of selects. Buy the top stuff. You're eating this and you want it to be great and everybody enjoy it. Same thing with your ingredients. Don't buy the no name brand mustards and spices and all that stuff. Buy good quality ingredients like Gator Pit seasonings. I mean, we make our own seasonings, their own blends. You want to buy a quality product to have a quality in piece of food that's coming out that your friends and family and customers are going to be eating.
And it sounds like a quality barbecue pit is a must as well.
It does help. Quality barbecue pit is it means the difference of making cooking enjoyable or not so enjoyable, because how the pit is designed and how it operates and functions throughout the duration of a brisket, 10, 12, 13-hour cook. You want an efficient cooker. You want one that's designed for those long
Right.
types of cooks. And if you buy the store-bought, sorry about that. That was supposed to be
That's all right.
turned off. So when you buy the store, like the box store type cookers, that's something for somebody getting into barbecue to start with. But that's all that is. Those are starter pits, man. Once you learn that and cut your teeth on that, then you move into the big cookers where you come to someone like us being Gator Pit. And now we're going to custom design one off of that. You can look at our website. We can custom design them to what you want to meet your wants and needs, and maybe the location where you're putting it at your patio or your restaurant. We custom design all these. I got cookers in Hong Kong. I've got them in Taiwan. I've got them everywhere. We ship worldwide. It's crazy.
We're talking with Rich Robin. He's the president of Gator Pit of Texas. They've got barbecue classes, folks. You may want to check them out. And I'm going to check out your website because, like I said, I'm going to be looking to get a barbecue op set up really soon. So we're looking forward to that. Rich, we appreciate you joining us this morning on the show.
Thank y'all for having me. It was a pleasure. Pleasure talking to me.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all very, very much.
We're going to have all your information, all your social media and website information in our post after the show. Thanks, Rich.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on. Amy, big event coming up. Are you a big barbecue fan, Amy?
Oh, he had me at pulled pork. I was like, yes, please.
There you go.
So I'm thinking Christmas is coming, and that looks like something my husband needs for Christmas is barbecue lessons.
Yeah, well, we're buying appliances for this new house, and barbecue pit's just as important to me as the washer and dryer. So
yes,
that's
absolutely
the way it goes in my book.
Yeah.
All right, Amy, I'm going to turn things over to you because we got a big event coming up next week, and I know it's important to the adjunct faculty.
We do. It's a huge event. It's one of our premier events for faculty. So we're moving on to Marcelo Gonzalez, HCC Digital Communications faculty and co-chair of the 2023 Bedichek-Orman auction. And Marcelo has been doing this for a little while now. This isn't his first time as co-chair. Welcome to the show, Marcelo. Oh, I think muted.
Yep.
There you go.
Sorry about that. No, thank you again for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I'm always happy to talk to you, and I'm always happy to talk about Bedichek-Orman. So tell us a little bit, give us a description of the event and real quickly, the date and time and location for this year.
Sure. So the event is a combination of a live and silent auction, and the proceeds go directly to help with professional development of adjunct faculty. And also we have used some of the money for emergency funds for our adjunct through our Miller Alpert Emergency Fund. The event is 40 years old now. And as a matter of fact, this is our 40th anniversary theme this year for the event. It started out as a garage sale in 1983. And now it's evolved into this big event.
Like I said, premier event.
Yes, no, definitely. Everyone across the system participates. So this year, the event is Friday, November 3rd, from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. at the West Loop Auditorium. You may attend live, and if for any reason you can't attend live, we will be streaming part of the event that evening starting at about 7 p.m. and you may access it through live stream. If you attend in person, you'll be able to participate in both the silent and the live auction. Our streamers will be allowed to do the silent auction.
That's fantastic. Are they so they won't be able to live bid on the live auction this year?
That's correct. Right. Okay. We're not going to be that this year. Hopefully next year
in person. Yeah. Well, and that's something that we never would have thought of, right? The pandemic is sort of what nudged us in that direction.
The pandemic changed everything for us. Absolutely. Because obviously that year, the whole event had to be virtual, but it ended up being a bit of a blessing in disguise now that we are going through an app called HandBid. And that was the first year in 2020 that we introduced that. And it's really just changed the whole nature of the auction. And it's opened it up in so many ways that we're really grateful for. And it's good for everyone who likes to participate in the auction too.
It really does. It makes it so there's lots of different ways to participate, whether you're donating something or you want to come live, or like you said, you can't be there, but you still want to contribute. And I know you are excited because 40 years, you picked the theme of the 1940s.
Right.
And if you don't know, those of you tuning in, the costumes are a huge part of Bedichek-Orman. So the faculty really come out, they really get into the spirit of the event. And so I do you have any previews for us, Marcelo? What are some costumes we can expect?
Well, I was talking to someone yesterday who was telling me, well, I don't know. I'm not really into the 40s thing, and I don't wear a lot of dresses and all that. And I said, hey, how about Rosie the Riveter? And she was like, you know what? That's a good idea. So I think it's one of my colleagues in digital communication is going to come as Rosie the Riveter this year. So
I really hope that's Stacey Hawkins you're talking about.
No, actually, it's not. It's Penn Morrison.
Oh, fantastic. It's a wonderful costume. I also looked at Amelia Earhart, but I got roped into a group costume, so I'm excited about it. And we've had some wonderful themes. What are some of the other themes? What was your favorite?
Oh, from years past?
Yeah.
Well, I have a few of them. So I've been intimately involved now with, like, last year was prom night. So everyone came dressed for the prom and took like a couple's prom picture. We had a little photo op, which by the way, we are doing like a photo op this year for like a 1940s thing. We also have done a COVID year. We did Back to the 80s. And even our logo looked a little bit like Back to the Future. I'm a real fan of doing the logos. So that was obviously 1980s theme, and we went all out for that. We've also in the past we've done the Wild Wild West, which was a lot of fun. 2 years ago we did the Masquerade. So everyone came dressed for a masquerade ball, and I think. The year before that, we did the Wizard of Oz, and
that was a
really
really good one. Yeah, there were some good costumes at that one. I missed my opportunity to dress up as Glinda the Good Witch, though, so I'm gonna work on that. What about food and drink? Are we gonna be able to have refreshments for people who attend in person?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we go all out with food and drink. We are having the event catered this year by French Corner, and it's going to be an Italian theme in terms of food. I'm looking for the menu real quick. Oh, here we go. So this year we have, for instance, on the menu, beef lasagna, vegetable lasagna, chicken parmesan, pasta primavera, and we are offering a gluten-free meal this year with chicken. We also have desserts and rolls and salad. And of course we have beverages served too. And they told me not to say too much about it, but we're in the last stages of getting our liquor license so we can serve beer and wine again, which is something we've been doing traditionally in the auction also.
Yeah, it seems like that's always a little tricky, that little bureaucracy part, trying to get that at the last minute.
It looks like it's going to happen, but I'm not sure.
Well, we're going to have a good time no matter what.
That's true. That's very true.
And so I know that it's really important for the auction to get donations. Are you looking for cash donations, items? What should people do?
Well, there are a lot of options that people have as far as donations. First and foremost, if you have some new items or items that are, we would say, gently used, something that people might be interested in an auction, we always love to receive donations. We have a lot of talented people who donate their personal art, sculptures and paintings and things like that. And I've always seen some great things every year in terms of the art, and I personally love bidding on those. But you don't have to go that far out of your way either. We also ask for donations of gift cards to a lot of Houston favorites in terms of not just restaurants, but shopping. We also offer like package deals. Various departments in HCC, we've gotten a lot of departmental gift baskets, which are usually themed within themselves. People have donated trips across Texas, weekend trips, like wineries. We have one faculty that has a winery, and usually every year they give us like an excursion to the winery for 10 people. We have people who have vacation homes, not just in Texas, but even in other parts of the country. They donate that.
Yes, there's so many things, and you just never
Yes.
know what's going to be popular. And I know the baskets are a little bit of a competition, but so
Yes, they are.
before we wrap, tell us about the hand bid registration really quick.
Okay, so we've made it pretty easy this year. We have a QRC code that you can click on to register for the event through Handbid. The Handbid app is very easy to get. You can just get it from your app store, whether you're on iPhone or Android. And it'll be a simple process going through that to register. And if for some reason you can't get it now, we will actually be set up on the night of the event. Again, next Friday, November 3rd, we will have a team of people ready to register people on the spot for Handbid. And then all your bidding, all right, on the Handbid you can do. It's great.
Yep, everything's going to be on Handbid, and we really hope you'll all come out. Thank you for coming and talking to us, Marcelo Gonzalez, HCC Digital Communications Faculty and Co-Chair, 2023 Bedichek-Orman Auction. We'll have all the information in the post after the show as well.
And thank you again for having me. It was great being here.
All right. Thanks, Marcelo. Great event coming up. We've got a few announcements, other things happening across the district. One of them, actually a few of them are happening today, Amy. The Eagle Success Fest. This is happening system-wide. It's for students who are invited to discover key resources in mental health, basic needs, career planning, academics, and much more. They can also get some customized characters. There's photo booths that are going to be there, snag HCC swag, and awesome giveaways. Also grab a free meal. And you can check that out across the district. Career Pathway pop-up today, Tuesday, October the 24th. Academic Success, Wednesday, October 25th. And on Thursday, there's a session on paying for college. Check our post after the show for more information. And we've also got something going on at Northeast and Coleman. Interesting event, great cause behind it.
Yes, mingling and mocktails. The Northeast Student Life and Counseling Services will mingle over snacks and non-alcoholic beverages. This is to shed light on drug and alcohol awareness. At Coleman, guests can wear drunk and marijuana goggles to go through an obstacle course or do puzzles to experience what it's like to be under the influence. That is going to happen today from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That's at Northline campus. The Coleman event is going to be today also from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then at North Forest campus, it's going to be on Wednesday, October 25th from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Be sure to check the post after the show for registration info.
Okay, as we mentioned at the top of the show earlier, we're not going to be on the air tomorrow because of a communications meeting that's happening, a quarterly meeting. So up to the minute, we'll not be on. We'll have a best of that'll air tomorrow at 10 a.m., or I should say in social media and on our cable channel as well. But we'll return on Thursday at 10 a.m. So we'll see you then. There's also a conference on abuse happening at the A-Leaf Hayes campus, Amy.
Yeah, Todd, I don't have that script. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, HCC is hosting an international conference on abuse by Hope Picks Global with a focus on human trafficking and domestic violence along with sexual assault. The event is to help raise awareness and prevention of gender-based violence among HCC students, faculty, and the community. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday, October the 26th. It's at the A-Leaf Hayes campus. And there's a career services workshop as well with pharmacology. That's happening on Thursday as well. The power of networking. We'll have some information in our post on both of those events. One thing I know you do know all about is spring registration is underway right now, Amy.
Absolutely. We got it open pretty early. That's been a goal of ours to have registration open earlier so students can start to plan their schedule. So everybody needs to get out and start picking your classes. It includes the popular mini sessions that we offer during winter break. All of our courses are offered either in person, online, or hybrid. So we have all of our online anytime, online on a schedule, our hybrid face-to-face, and our hybrid labs. And to learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, be sure to go to hccs.edu/apply.
All right, Amy, thanks for being here on this Tuesday and helping us out with the show.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's fun to be here on Tasty Tuesday.
Yeah, we always have great guests on Tasty Tuesday. So tomorrow, a best of ups in the minute. We'll be back with a live show on Thursday and Friday. It's going to be cool. We've got the Manil collection that'll be joining us on Thursday, Family Fun Day. And on Friday, we're going to take you back out to Rooftop Cinema, which was returning with their haunted Halloween lineup of films. We'll talk with them on Friday. Thanks for being here, folks. We'll see you live on Thursday. Have a great week.